So I wanted to submit something fun for this conference. So my life as a father of a 9-year-old girl hockey player is pretty interesting right now. Lots of travel and dealing with a lot of other 9 and 10-year-old girls. And I do see a lot of similarities between DevOps implementations in organizations and a 10U girls hockey team. So this is the definition of DevOps I like to use. I think it's really simple. Smaller batches of software work going through the system faster that are deployed more frequently with less planning. They get through the system faster, right? So here's the definition of this, my daughter's 10U junior Canes team, go Canes. They're a wide range of age groups, all the way starting at 8 years old, 7 years old, all the way up to 19. The definition that I just showed of DevOps, I love to talk about the models of calm and calmer and calms. And if you're not familiar with some of these names, please go look them up. They are the founders of this DevOps culture and implementation. So culture, as we all know, that's probably one of the harder parts of DevOps, and that's why it's the first letter in the acronym. It tries to foster collaboration and encourage people to continuously improve by working together and working together better. Well, it's very similar on the girls' junior Canes hockey side. There's girls that are collaborating with other girls, which is really important at that age, that they can work better together. And they are keeping each other accountable more than you could probably imagine. So that's a really important part of that 10U team. The automation side of DevOps, when people think of the tech side, they think, oh, it's just a bunch of automation and a bunch of tools. And while that is important, it's not the only thing, but it is a cornerstone. Now, on the girls' hockey side, they don't automate things, but things do become very routine. Lots of communication from team managers and coaches, lots of logistics, practicing on the same nights at the same times. You do get into a routine, and there's apps that actually help the team to do that. On the lean side of things, eliminating waste, not doing things that we don't want to do, trying to deliver as fast as possible and not waste time and slow things down. And that's very comparable on the hockey side of things. Players like playing time. So rather than playing with a 20-person team, my daughter's team plays with a 13-person team. And that means they're ensuring a lot of ice time, which means a lot of problems, a lot of things to correct in practices. It allows them more ice time to get better, and through the course of the season, you see their progression. Metrics, if you're not measuring something, you can't improve at it, right? So these are things like the DORA metrics, deployment frequency, lead time for changes, those type of things. Not only in the hockey world do you look at wins and losses, but you also look at plus minus, meaning goals that are scored while you're on the ice versus goals that are scored against you on the ice, and you look at that metric. And there's also a lot of video reviews, which I love because you're using how they play on the ice to actually give them feedback. Sharing is caring, telling each other, telling other parts of the organization what's not going well, what's going well, what to continue. This is a really important part of the DevOps model. On the girls' hockey side, sharing is making other people who are forwards become defensemen for a game or a period, making them start to realize, oh, the same mistakes that I got yelled at, oh, that's why they're making those mistakes, and having some type of empathy and understanding for what happens with other people on the ice. Recovery, being able to move back to a known good state, which is hypercritical in today's software deployment scheme of things. You don't want to deploy stuff and then have to troubleshoot and spend hours or days fixing problems. On the hockey side of things, there's in-game timeouts for immediate corrective action, but there's also things like plays, and I didn't realize that there was this many plays for girls that are 9 and 10 years old that actually worked. I think 6 or 7 times this season, right off the face-off, we were able to score goals. On the metrics side of things, you may be familiar with the DevOps research and assessment model, the Gene Kim and his team of folks, and these actually are pretty cool in terms of comparing where you're at in DevOps maturity. And the same thing basically applies with girls that are in the junior Canes organization or even playing house league, looking at the house teams, the B team and an A team, the number of games that they play in a season. My daughter played probably 50 to 60 games between October of last year and just this past weekend. That's one of the prouder moments there at the bottom. We were popping the sparkling cider on the ice at one of the tournaments in Hershey. And they actually won another championship this weekend in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, at the same location that the Team USA women were playing Team Canada the next night. So pretty cool experience. If you have any youth hockey players in your household or aspiring youth hockey players, grab me. I'll give you all the ins and outs. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.